Hello viewers, this is PowerWob1 with my first ever countdown video, the top 10 video game heroes. Now I've been playing video games for a long time, but the ones I love the most are the ones with great heroes in them. Those games that just have those special characters that you can look up to, that they're the way they act and go about their life. You want to be like them. I've always loved those characters in video games and everywhere else too. I've always loved video games with a character like that. And so a while back I thought, you know what? Who are the best of the best? Out of all the games I've ever played with all those great heroes, who are the top 10? Who would I label as the top 10 best of the best video game heroes of all time? So I just figured I'm gonna make this list. Now, first off, I'm only using characters from games I've played. Second, I'm not using any DC or Marvel character people. Sorry, but those are obviously heroes. I'm not gonna touch those. I'm focusing on ones that are purely from games. End of story. And thirdly, this is my list. These are my top 10 favorites. Now I have like a list up to hundreds as far as my favorite game characters and all. So don't be mad if I didn't pick one that you may like better, and if you may say, well, I wouldn't put that person there, I definitely want someone else to have like the number 2 or number 1 spot or something like that. That's your choice. This is my list, and I'm making it how I want. I hope y'all like it though. So here we go with the top 10 video game heroes. Enjoy. My number 10 is Fox McCloud from the Star Fox series. What can I say about Fox? He's an excellent fighter and a great team leader. And moreover, he is beast. He definitely wins points with me for both backstory, courage, and for being such a staunch leader. He has saved the galaxy several times from the evil Andross, who killed his father sometime before the first game. Fox McCloud is both a fierce pilot and is also an excellent hand-to-hand combat. He's definitely a model of a true hero, and is easily my number 10. My ninth pick is Starkiller from The Force Unleashed. Starkiller is Darth Vader's secret apprentice from The Force Unleashed, even though he starts out on the dark side, since Vader killed his Jedi father and kidnapped him. And yes, during this time he is undoubtedly a very fearsome villain. But in spite of that, you can still see the hatred he has for Vader, and after Vader betrays him, he not only completely turns his back on the dark side, but he actually sets the building blocks for the Rebel Alliance. And if that's not enough to call him a hero, get this. When Vader captures the founding members of the Alliance, Starkiller not only rushes to save them, but he actually sacrifices his life to secure their escape. He is a truly great hero. He is my number 9. My 8th pick is Ike from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Ike is a very skilled swordsman, is well respected, values his comrades highly, and is a born leader. But even so, he doesn't let it get to his head. He focuses on what he has to do, and always puts personal issues aside to get the job done. His character is definitely a perfect definition of a true hero. I wish I could say more, but that's all I've got. But even so, Ike is beast, and is easily my number 8. My 7th pick is Card from Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. Card is a truly great hero. He's kind and honest and has a huge heart. Some might say to the point of weakness, as he isn't too hesitant to believe in others, even when they have been working for the enemy up till then. However, his only real fault and reason why he isn't any higher on this list is his hatred for the Deimos, which does get the better of him from time to time. He definitely isn't the perfect hero. He does have his share of problems, but the fact that he can overcome those problems to do what he has to do is most definitely the making of a true hero. Card is a true icon, and moreover, he is someone who cares deeply for his allies. He is my number 7. My 6th pick is Sonic the Hedgehog. Truth be told, I don't have a whole lot to say about Sonic. I wish I did, but I don't. But what I can say is that he is reluctant, strong, and very courageous, and definitely great enough to earn a spot on this list. I mean, after all, he's not just one of the oldest and most well-known characters. He has saved the world so many times and is definitely my number 6. My 5th pick is Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series. Sora became one of my favorite game characters the moment I first played Kingdom Hearts. Sure, he's a bit childish at times, but the fact that he still manages to save his friends, defeat Ansem, and save all the worlds from certain destruction just shows how courageous, strong-willed, and heroic he is. And I think that the fact that he is so young only gives him more points as far as being able to appeal to a younger generation easier. He cares for his friends above all else and will lay down his life to protect them. He is definitely a true hero in my book, and easily deserving of the number 5 spot on this list. My number 4 pick is Samus Aran from the Metroid series. From a chivalrous soldier to a fearless bounty hunter, Samus proves that you don't have to be a guy to be a hero. Equipped with a high-tech power suit and acrobatic powers that can only be learned from aliens. Even as a bounty hunter, she qualifies as a hero for saving several worlds. She also gains points for backstory. She was raised by the Chozo after her parents were killed and later joined the Galactic Federation, only to leave it later on to become a bounty hunter. With all this, Samus is my number 4. My number 3 pick is Mario. Mario is obviously one of the greatest video game heroes ever. He has traveled across the entire Mushroom Kingdom several times to save Princess Peach from the evil King Bowser. And in Super Mario 64, he traveled throughout the worlds inside the paintings in Peach's castle. Through both lava and deserts, and in Super Mario Galaxy, he relentlessly traveled throughout the entire universe across several different planets to not only save Princess Peach, but the entire universe. He is by all means a hero and totally deserving of the number 3 spot. My number 2 pick is Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia. Lloyd doesn't always think straight when facing battles, and sometimes takes action before thinking. He does, however, care about those in his life. Lloyd's mother was killed by the Zions in an attempt to gain his special Etzford. Since then, he was brought up by a dwarf named Dirk. Even though Lloyd isn't the smartest guy, he has an unyielding will and an even stronger heart. He is a bit oblivious at times, but this is easily matched by his desire to protect others, his belief that all life has meaning, and his tireless work to not only save the world from destruction, but to make it an all-around better place. Overall, Lloyd is a great friend and hero, and despite his age, a truly wise leader. That is why he is, without a doubt, my number 2 of the 10 greatest heroes in video games. Alright, we have seen the first 9 of the top 10. But before we move on to number 1, let's do a quick recap, shall we? At number 10 is Fox McCloud. Number 9, Starkiller. Number 8, Ike. Number 7, Card. Number 6, Sonic. Number 5, Sora. Number 4, Samus. Number 3, Mario. And number 2, Lloyd. Alright, now let's move on to number 1. For anyone who knows me, you should have seen this coming from the moment you started this video. My number 1 is Link from The Legend of Zelda. How could I not give Link the number 1 spot? He is by far the greatest hero in gaming history. Link is practically a master at every weapon he gets. He remains courageous and unfaltering despite everything he goes through. And even though he doesn't talk, you can still learn more than enough about him from his backstory and actions. Also, he has traveled all over the land, and even through different times and dimensions. Not to mention, he is probably the most selfless character in gaming history. Along with saving all of Hyrule, he finds the time to help the common man as well. From relationships to fetch quests, even something as simple as delivering milk. He's incredibly skilled, he's courageous, he's determined, he thinks of others before himself, and is always happy to step forth when duty calls. He is my number 1. He is the hero of time. This is PowerWad1 saying, I hope you enjoyed the countdown. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.